Hello friends, today we're doing a home tour and a home decor haul. Hello and welcome to Free Range Cottage. I'm so glad you're here, and Peanut is here with me. I'll show her up here. She's our little 10-month-old Boston Terrier. And today I'm going to show you my fall living room and dining room. And then we're going to do a bit of a home decor haul. I've got couple of thrifted things, but mostly new things that I've added in to the cottage today. So I hope you enjoy. First we'll do the tour, then we'll do the haul. So let's settle in and just have a minute for ourselves, shall we? Okay, first I wanted to show you that I made some changes here in the living room. We took down those bamboo blinds and I had to do all this trim paint and wall touch-ups that were needed badly. So it's never as simple as just throwing some decor on top of things. It seems like it needed refreshing. But I'm really happy that I did it because it looks very clean and ready for decor now. So we have them off the window and there's a lot of light. We've considered putting them back on, but let me show you what I put on there instead. I got these great pinch pleat curtains from Nicetown Curtains, and they're a linen look. And they are able to make any custom size that you want, which is what I loved because this is a huge window and I needed really big curtains or multiples, but I'll put the link in the comments to Nicetown Curtains. So we put these up and I actually am really happy with this steamer that I picked up. It's a Rowenta and it works really well, but it was a lot of curtains to steam. So you can see it's the pinch pleat on a curtain rod and we've really been loving them. So now welcome in to our fall living room and dining room tour. It's quite simple because it's a small space. I don't have a ton of room for decoration, but I do bring my plants in for the winter and added some throw pillows and throws and just nice textures. This is a cute little thrifted stool that I found for $5 at Habitat for Humanity. That is my World Market cabinet, which I just love. There's not that much inside of it, but I just love the wood and metal on that. This is a sweater throw and some pillows that I added in. Just making it clean and freshened and comfortable. And then with these drapes in the background, I just have been so happy with them. And I think if you're looking for custom drapes, they're really a great price. They sent them to me quickly. These were gifted to me, but the size, what I loved about it is I could just give them the measurements I wanted. Because this is I believe it's a 9-foot window, and I wanted, even when it's closed, for it to feel still full. And they're great. They're lined. I've been really happy with them. And that rug there is one that I've had from Lowe's. I could not find it again to link it for you. But if you look for an iCat rug, I'm kind of looking for something different, maybe with a little bit more color. That is a lamb's wool pillow that I've had for quite some time, and it's out year round. I just love it. It's very comfortable. And then our German schmear fireplace, which we did ourselves. I have it on my blog, how we did that. And just a few stacks of books that I'll enjoy looking through. These were ones that I picked up for $1 a piece at one garage sale, so someone was over the cottage finds, I guess. Here's our little girl, Peanut, and their little guy, Koji. And again, just bringing in a little bit of warm colors into the neutrals and some nature finds. I keep this coffee table pretty cleared off because it can get cluttered. We use it a lot. And I just don't have a lot of room for a lot of decor. I did add this under the TV. It's nice and low. So just that touch of fall is enough for me. And now into our dining room. I've got some hydrangeas from our garden that are drying. A table that we got off of Facebook Marketplace. That little stool is just an extra one for like if my grandson is eating there or if we all sit there. That's a thrifted and estate sale print that I picked up not that long ago. I have a couple of extra chairs. So just in case my grown kids are here or grandkids, we can pull them up to the table quickly. These are thrifted cabinets that I painted, and I have a blog post with the before and after on those. These little picture lights, one of them was from an estate sale, and one of them I had had for years from Bombay Company, and they didn't quite match when I got the other one, and I just put Rub and Buff on them, which you can find at Hobby Lobby or probably Michael's. It's like a wax with a paint in it. And you literally just rub it on and buff it, and it looks great. So here's where I keep my extra dishes that we don't use daily and some cookbooks. It's not really particularly great styled in here. I just kind of put a mushroom color on the inside just to add a little bit of contrast to the white and the green. And I just love having these lights on in the evening. Just gives a nice little glow. And these canisters were an estate sale find. And you can see they have a really pretty hand painted motif on the front, but I just wanted it very simple, so I turned it around to the back, keeping some linens, some table linens down there, and platters. So they hold quite a bit, but I like that they have doors, even with that gold chicken wire look to the front. It's enough to cut down on the visual clutter because our dining room is quite small as well. We have our DIY shiplap on the wall. We still have more of that to do, and I also have that on the blog. It was the least expensive way you can do it for sure, but gives that texture and that nice shiplap effect. There are more things I'm going to do, but that's where we're at right now. And now for the haul. I'm going to show you a few new things and a couple of thrifted things. And I love a mix of new and thrifted, of high-end and like a splurge and a save kind of look, because you can really stretch your decorating budget. Maybe you don't have much of a budget. I've lived most of my married life that way, but it never did stop me. So it can look high-end, it can look well put together with adding in some new and some thrifted. So I'm going to show you what I got today. Also, I want to mention that all of the links to everything, the new stuff especially, I will try to find vintage items or things on Etsy, home decor and such that might be similar to something that I thrifted maybe. But the new things I will have links for over on my blog, FreeRangeCottage.com. And I hope you will visit and consider subscribing over there. I'm working really hard to get more content on there that you'll enjoy, and it's definitely different than here. It'll be thrifted finds, new finds, styling, decorating, so much more on there. And I'm redesigning it, but it's taking me a little while. I'm a one-woman show here, so it's not as easy to navigate as it will be coming up, but I would love for you to visit. And I have a shop page over there that I'm going to try to keep updated with my finds, my favorites, just whatever it is I talk about on here. So if you don't see it in the description box here, then you know to visit FreeRangeCottage.com and the shop page there. So the first thing I want to show you, have you ever shopped at H&M Home online? I've been to several H&M stores, and I never luck out and get one that has the home section. I can't seem to run onto one that has the home section. It's always the clothes, which are fun to look at too. But I looked online and I thought I'm gonna order from there and see how I like their home stuff. And the prices were really reasonable. And here's one of the first things that I got was these cappuccino cups. And these are the cutest cappuccino cups I think I've ever seen. And you can see on the saucer, it says, served all day, 20 CL Prego. Prego. So there's that, and you can see H&M Home. And then it says cappuccino, same thing on the cup. And I got these in, I could not decide between, the brown is so gorgeous. I'm really into the browns right now and just the warm colors for fall. And I could not decide between the black and white, which is of course my very, very favorite, or the warm brown. So I just got a couple of each and mixed and matched them. And we've been using these. I keep them right by my espresso machine, and we've really been enjoying these cappuccino cups. They have espresso cups as well, which of course will be smaller. And then these are the cappuccino, which you can add, when you add your milk, your steamed milk to it. And I didn't see like a larger sort of coffee cup size on there, which I might grab if they did have. So that's my first find. And then just staying within sort of the tabletop kind of area, of course I'm thinking about this right now because of our Thanksgiving coming up, and of course Christmas. So many times that we will gather around the dining table, and I want it to look pretty, but I don't want to put a ton of effort into it, to be honest. I found these really neat textury placemats, and they look like the real sort of wicker finish to them. I had looked at the ones at Target that are in the, what is it called? The Hearth and Hand line, the Joanna Gaines line. And they were gorgeous and very textury and very thick, but they're about $10 a piece. So, and I needed 6 or even 8 of them. And I just couldn't justify. I'm waiting for those to go on sale though, because I wouldn't mind some of them. But these are thinner, and you can see they're made of like a PVC. And I just got these on Amazon, but I think they look real. And what's neat about these is that you can rinse them off if anything gets spilled on them. So they came in a pack of 6, and I'll definitely be using those for just some texture and earthiness to my tabletops coming up, which I hope to do a video for you on some place setting ideas and such. I don't do a ton of it throughout the year, but obviously during the holidays, we're all kind of looking for those simple but beautiful tables to put together. And the next thing along those same lines, now that I have a round table, I don't have round tablecloths, and finding them is kind of difficult and they're kind of pricey. So I did end up finding this one at Target. And you can see there, it's not a full length long one, which will work fine for me because there's quite a few of us that it's usually about 7 of us around that table. Even though it's a large round table, it's a lot of people around it. So probably need the leg room without too much tablecloth hanging down. So that was something that I'll use for layering on my table. Then I found these are the Hearth and Hand, I guess they're supposed to be tea towels, dishcloths. I need to open one up. I bought these. It's got a tiramisu recipe right on it here. And I just thought they were so cute because it's like a, what do you call it? A flour sack kind of cloth, but it's definitely a cream color, sort of textury, which I'm definitely looking for. And then it's got the tiramisu recipe. So I'll probably steam or iron these, and I'm going to use these as actual oversized, really nice napkins at the table. And I think those will be a lot of fun. And then of course I can put them in my towel drawer and use them all year long. And I had bought 4 of those. 4 was all that were left. I think these are pretty popular, so you may want to grab them online. I'm not sure. Then also from H&M Home, I could not resist these are paper napkins. And I have these open because I used them. We have several fall birthdays, and we did 3 birthdays in one last Sunday. And I opened these up, and it's these little edible mushrooms. These are so cute. I would love to find these in an actual fabric towel or napkin to add into my linen collection, because these are adorable. I could see these being mixed with greens and reds at Christmas. I could see these being mixed with pinks and baby blue in the spring. They just are so earthy and sweet, and I will definitely be using these for Thanksgiving. I'll either use them with, you know, the desserts, with all the plates that I put out for dessert, or I'll even put them in the bathroom as little guest towels as well, something like that. But I just absolutely love these, and they were so cheap. You've got to check them out. Next, in the living room, you may have seen these gorgeous textury pillows. Absolutely love the color and the texture on these. They sort of have that Killam rug kind of feel to them, but they're softer because we have them on in this living room. This is where, you know, we all watch TV, we hang out, we do everything in here. We don't have a separate family room or anything like that. And when you saw it in the home tour, it's not going to stay clean like that. That's why I keep it simple. But I love the color on these. It's sort of a red brown terracotta kind of color, which I'm a little bit obsessed over this fall. And I'm sure it will play well into Christmas again with Christmas greens and reds, sort of that vintage red that I absolutely love at Christmas time. Would be beautiful with this. And then again in the spring, I could see this with the right kind of pink, or just even in the summer with navy blues. I mean, you get these kind of neutral pieces, and they're just so flexible and can go so many different directions. Plus it's quite a bit of bang for your buck. It's a big pillow. And so I really love this find. Also for the living room, we've had a couple of fur throws in here forever, and I thought it was time maybe add something new. And again, a gorgeous neutral, a sweater texture, I thought would be just so cozy for the cooler months. And I just love the tassels on this, and it's super soft. I've really been liking snuggling up with this when we're watching TV sometimes, and it's just super snuggly. Or in the morning, sometimes we'll sit in here if it's too cool outside. We'll sit in here and drink our coffee, and it's very snuggly just to put over your lap. It's just really soft. And another thing I got, and I believe it's from the McGee & Co. line at Target, was this sort of block printed quilt. And in the store, it looked almost more terracotta, but it's called a mauve. It does have a pinkish tone to it, but it's not bright. It's still really earthy. And of course the block printing, which is what, if you're not familiar with it, it's sort of, I think they still do it in India. They have their little wooden block forms, and they literally hand print on the fabrics, and it always has just an artisan, gorgeous look to it. And this is, I went ahead and got a king size in this, and it does have that little bit of pinky undertone, which I don't mind. Again, it will go with all my gray and white and cream and even black, greens at Christmas and in the spring. I just think it will be very versatile. We've been sleeping under it. I washed it, I think a couple times before we used it, and it's getting softer with each wash. It feels like a traditional quilt, very well made. I'm really happy with it. Let me show you it up close. I just love the print on it. And I think it just adds that earthy artisan kind of look. And it was really reasonable price-wise when you look at quilts especially. And then I shared in my Friday favorites on my blog, and so I'm going to share it here, is that I'm working a little bit on our bedroom, just trying to do some simple updates just to make it feel restful. I kind of want a sort of boutique hotel feeling in there when we go in to sleep. And so I had thrifted a couple of nightstands, which I'll show you a picture of here. And I don't like two things: the color, and I don't like the handles that are on it, but both of those things can be changed, right? And I paid $30 a piece for them. They are kind of petite for us, so they might not be there forever, but why not do a cute little makeover on them for that amount of money? I could move them as end tables in my living room, or I could move them up to our spare bedroom as nightstands. So I like those kind of flexible furniture pieces, and that's why I keep a lot of stuff neutral, because I want to be able to move it around to different rooms and just have my accents as the colorful pieces. But I just love, we're really on a roll with the brass. We're really bringing a lot of that into our bathroom, which I cannot wait to show you. It has been months in the making if you've been around at all. This is just how remodeling projects go in this day and age. And reality is, a lot of times they take time for us because we cash flow it, or with this case, we had some issues with the insurance company we had to work out, and then we had to get some different things done, and we had to wait on, subcontractors, and we did DIY some things. So it's just taking time, but it's going to be worth it, I think. I'm really excited to show you the reveal on that. Okay, wow, went down a rabbit trail. Back to the nightstands. I got these little Ginko. This is a little Ginko leaf. If you've ever seen a Ginko tree, it's so cute in the brass color, and they dangle, which I love. So I also just grabbed, these come in packs of 4, and I got 2 packs of these, but I could just see this working even on my my cabinets here in the dining room. There's a lot of places that this would look so pretty, and I think it looks upscale, but it's also got that earthiness to it because it is a leaf shape, and I love those natural shapes. I love things that are shaped like branches or leaves, or I think it just nods to the outdoors and brings that sort of organic earthy feel into it. Oh, they would be cute earrings too, wouldn't they? So those are one of my favorite finds this week too. Oh, and the last of my new things here, I don't know if you're an essential oil user. We used oil of oregano for years and years and years. It's antifungal, it's really good. But several years ago, I started really learning about essential oils, and I learned they have so many great properties, and we just use them all the time now. But they were really not in our budget to have all the ones that I want. I'm like a kid in a candy store, and I want a lot of different oils to choose from in my little cabinet there. And so I kind of looked around. It amazed me that there are so many that are not pure. They have chemical additives, they have scents added, and you really want to stay away from that especially if you're applying it to your skin, or if you're, say, drinking it in your water or anything like that. You really want to look for the food grade, pharmaceutical grade, they call it. But really, you just want something that has third-party testing for purity and sourcing and everything, and they're very transparent about all that. So there are a couple companies, and I am not discounting any companies. There are several that are really, really good. So if you're already using one type, you know, more power to you, do your own research. But I found these Revive essential oils. I love these, and the price is like a fraction of some of the other top ones that are definitely pure and tested for purity and such, which I was using and loved. But I have been really enjoying these, I have to tell you. And with the prices, I'm able to have pretty much any of them that I want. Rob's favorite right now, well, all the time, is frankincense, and they have several different frankincense types to choose from, and lemongrass. Those are his favorites. Right now, I've been using a lot of peppermint. I'll put a drop of peppermint in my water or even in a diffuser, and lemon, just because during the day I like to have diffusers running, or I'll put a little bit in my water or my iced tea for energy. I am needing energy these days. As soon as the seasons begin to change and there's less light, I begin to turn into a bear and think about hibernating. So I'm trying to, you know, just spruce up my energy level here. And I love to use the lavender and the geranium at night to sleep. We literally love the geranium. It feels like you're in a flower garden sleeping. You just drift off. It's like Dorothy on The Wizard of Oz when she fell asleep in the poppies. I don't know, something like that. So that was another one of my fun finds, that it does have to do with home decor, because your smell, all your senses have to do with your home decor. For me, I like to open the windows and let the fresh air in. And then of course, as things get colder, I'm definitely going to be using more of the warm scents, like the cinnamon and the clove and all those yummy things to make you think of pumpkin pie and all that fun stuff. So now onto just a couple of thrifted things that I got for my living room and dining room. I didn't get a lot because I don't do a lot of seasonal decor, as I've said, especially in the fall, because I know it's like the calm before the storm. You know, things are gonna get really busy, and there's gonna be a lot of decor and a lot of food and just a lot of everything, right? So I like to keep it real simple in the fall. And what I did find, I showed you in the tour, I don't normally do a lot of pumpkins or anything, but these were just $1 a piece at the thrift store, or no, at the flea market, sorry. I found those at the flea market. I just added a little moss in and some feathers that I had just, these are goose feathers from down when we've walked at near the lake near our house. And so I just put all those in, and just nature finds. I may end up adding some pine cones in there as we're, you know, walking, and heaven knows we have enough acorns. They are covering our yard because we have huge oak trees. So I might put some little acorns in there, but nature finds are always fun. The other thing that I found was when Rob and I just went out to the flea market, I was kind of doing a little sort of a self-care afternoon. Again, like I said, I was feeling very low energy, and I just needed to get out of the house and maybe get, you know, recharge my creativity a little bit. So we walked through the flea market. I was specifically looking for artwork and vases. And sometimes that helps when you just zone in on certain things that you're just needing in your home decor, maybe, that that way you don't end up coming home with all kinds of things and going, you know, I love these, but it's too much. I already have 10 of these types of books or whatever. Not to say that I can't be tempted by a great find, but I was looking for artwork and vases because I realized I don't have many great vases to bring in, just like branches, and eventually it will be winter greens. And even right now, I don't mind doing a vase full of herbs or of the dried tassels on my grasses that are tasseling, like I showed you, Pampas Grass, that kind of thing. So H&M has a couple that I have my eye on, so probably gonna order a couple of those. But in the meantime, I found this gorgeous vase at the flea market, and it was $6, which I thought was amazing. And I just loved the texture on it. The only con I can find with this one, of course, is that it is that open wire work, and I won't be able to put any kind of water in there. The top opening is too small to set a glass down in there or whatever. So, but this will be great for dried or drying florals or artificial stems, whatever. But I just loved it, and I was walking around the flea market with it, trying to decide for sure. And every table and surface I put it down on, it just held its own. It was just so pretty, and it's sculptural on its own. And that's what I look for in vases. I look for pieces that, whether they have something in them or not, they look great on a shelf or a table just on their own, like a little piece of artwork. And this passed that test. So that's a tip for you if you're thinking about a vase or something like that. Think about it as a sculpture piece, and maybe set it down on different wood surfaces, painted surfaces in the flea market or the store that you're buying it in. And if it looks good, then you're gonna be able to move it around your house and use it in so many different ways. So that was the other piece that I found thrifted this week. So thanks so much for joining me. And again, I would love if you would visit my website/blog that I'm working on. And at least I'll know there's a couple of readers out there, and that would be a lot of fun. But thanks so much for joining me here at Free Range Cottage. There's so much more to come. Lots of thrifting, lots of decorating and styling, maybe even some self-care ideas, hair ideas if you're growing out your natural hair. I've got so many ideas and so much coming. I hope that you will subscribe and come back, and we can have fun again, and we will see you soon.